In this video, I'm gonna talk about how to change limiting beliefs. This is Amanda for freedomever.com, and here you will find tools to manifest more love, freedom, and happiness in your life. So first of all, you need to identify one limiting belief you want to change. Just focus on one limiting belief at a time to make it easier to focus your brain on that. And we are going to do an exercise here together where I'm gonna lead you how the process works. Once you understand it, you can do for all other limiting beliefs you may have, but just work in one limiting belief at a time. Otherwise, it can be confusing. So let's gonna start and do this process now together. Let's going to consider you have the limiting belief, I am not good enough, like most people have this limiting belief. So the opposite of that is, I am good enough. And you are good enough to what? For what? To have everything you desire, to have your best life, to enjoy your life, to be happy, to have love, freedom, happiness. So the opposite of I am not good enough is I am good enough. And then now you need to create a mental image that represents for your brain what I am good enough means. This is really important. You need to have this picture, this clear image to tell your brain that you are good enough. So this is gonna be different for each person, but my suggestion is that you visualize yourself happy, fulfilled, satisfied, enjoying life, and appreciating all that you like and all that you want. Just make an image of that. For example, for me, my example is I am in this beautiful field surrounded by nature, and it's a really pretty place near the ocean with a lot of flowers, and I imagine myself peaceful in this meditative state where I am really enjoying my life. So that can represent mine, I am good enough, because I am good enough to enjoy all the beauty and all the good things in this world. So this is very important. You need to create for yourself your personal mental image for I am good enough. So comment down below. The first step is to form a mental image that represents the opposite of your limiting belief. So you want a mental image that is the opposite of your limiting belief. Once you have this mental image, every time you catch yourself, so this is another like you are gonna have to be more aware on a daily basis. This has to be done on a daily basis. It's not like you're gonna do this today and next month once, and this has to be done on a daily basis with consistency. That's the only way to rewire your brain and change your programming of years and years and years of this limiting belief. So it's not going to change overnight. You will need to build a new habit, and you need to do this at least 21 days straight to start to see the results. So do this with your mental image. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I am not good enough, I can't have that, I can't be there because I'm not good enough, then you instantly bring that image that represents the opposite. And you mentally say the opposite of your limiting belief. That is, in this case, this example, I am good enough. So you have the affirmation, that is the opposite of your limiting belief, the mental image, and the third aspect, I'm gonna talk right now, that is the most important one. Without this aspect, you cannot really rewire your brain. It's the feeling. You need to bring that feeling. I am good enough. Even if you are not feeling that you are good enough at that moment, bring a memory from the past or when something really good happened to you and you felt proud of yourself and you felt good enough. Bring that feeling back and put into this moment. And this is something you can do anywhere, anytime. If you are in the bus going to your job, if you are in the car, if you are walking, even if you are in a meeting, anywhere. And it's important, as if you practice and do this more and more, every time you catch yourself thinking about the limiting belief, I am not good enough, bring the mental image that represents I am good enough. Bring the feeling, feel into it, and say the affirmation as many times as you can. I am good enough, I am good enough, I am good enough. To make this exercise even more powerful, you can start your day with this exercise. First thing in the morning, don't go touch your phone and see all the messages and emails. Just before you get out of bed, give you a few minutes to bring that image. You can even listen to relaxing music. It can helps a lot. Bring that mental image. Say the affirmation in your mind and bring the feeling. And spend a few minutes, if you can, feeling into it, focusing on the feeling and on that mental image. This is really going to help also your capacity to focus and to concentrate. So you have two in one. With one exercise, you get two really huge benefits. Changing your limiting belief and focusing and concentrating the mind. Because nowadays we have way too many distractions. So that is the process. Once you identify your limiting belief, you make a mental image that represents the opposite. Then you have the affirmation, always positive, present tense. In this example, I am good enough. And then you have the mental image that represents you as being good enough. And then you have the feeling. Again, the feeling is crucial. The emotion is what is going to rewire the brain. And every time that you catch yourself with the limiting belief, you instantly bring the new mental image. You repeat the affirmation, you bring the feeling, and you keep doing this on a daily basis, day after day. You may need more than 21 days straight to change this limiting belief. It depends if it's a really powerful, deep limiting belief. But this is the process. Identify the limiting belief, make a mental image that represents the opposite, have an affirmation that is the opposite on the present tense, and feel into it. And do this mental exercise every single day, every time you are thinking about the limiting belief. So this is it for today. Subscribe if you want to receive more tips. Click the like button, please. If you want to create a life of freedom like I'm doing, you can check out my website just in the description below. and I wish you so much love, freedom, and happiness. Thank you, and see you on the next video.